Hello student, welcome to digital classes. This video is for class 8. The subject is science and the chapter number 7, the conservation of plant and animal. This is the second part of this video. In the previous video I told you about deforestation and its effect, consequences of deforestation, conservation of forest and wildlife, then bioreserve, ecosystem, flora and fauna, endemic species, worldwide sanctuary, national parks, etc. Now in this video I am going to tell you about the species category under World Conservation Union WCU, Red Data Book, migration, recycling of paper, reforestation. After reading this, you understand how and why we conserve plants and animals. Just a recap about ecosystem. An ecosystem consists of all the plants, animal and microorganism living in an area along with the non-living component like climate, water, soil, etc. A self-sustaining functional unit of biosphere consists of living biotic and non-living abiotic component is called ecosystem. All ecosystems are interconnected and interrelated. Thus, the biosphere consists of a vast network of all interconnected ecosystem. The function of ecosystem are transfer of matter and energy, fixation of solar energy. Now species categorized under World Conservation Union WCU, the International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, presently called WCU World Conservation Union, has classified the species of the plant and animal into the following four categories. One is the endangered species, the species which are not likely to survive if the causative factor continue to operate and are in a danger of extinction are called endangered species. The species of plant and animals which have been lost forever are called extinct species. Vulnerable species, the species which are likely to become endangered species if the causative factor continue to operate are called vulnerable species. For example, golden langur, chinkara deer, blood pheasant are vulnerable species. Now the rare species, the species which at present exist in small number are called rare species. For example, golden cat, Indian piped hornbill, crestless Himalayan porcupine are rare species. Threatened species, the endangered species, vulnerable species and rare species collectively called threatened species. Endemic species. An endemic species is one that is only found in that region and now here else in the world. As such, they are of conservation concern because they are not widespread and may be confined to only one or two protected area. The Albertine Rift has more endemic species of vertebrate than any other region of mainland Africa. Until 2003, complete list of endemic species has not been completed, and WCS worked with other scientists and conservation organizations to complete these lists. Since that time they have been updated over time as more species have been added to the endemic or threatened list. These are represented here for each taxon: mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, butterflies and dragonflies, for which we have compiled data. Now the Red Data book. The book published by the IUCN, presently WCU, providing all the information on the endangered species of plant and animal, is called Red Data book. The first Red Data book of animals was published in 1991. Through this book, IUCN, now WCU, is trying to create awareness about the endangered species. Critically endangered species in the India, according to the Red Book of International Union Conservation of Nature, there are 47 critically endangered species in India as of 5 September 2011. The Red List of 2012 was released at the Rio Earth Summit. It contains 132 species of plant and animal in India listed as critically endangered. Birds are also in this list, means birds are also in the endangered species and contained in or recorded in Red Data book. Now the migration. The seasonal movement of animal from one habitat to another to overcome unfavorable condition is called migration. Animals migrate from their wintering and breeding habitats. Common migrating creatures are whales, fish, butterflies, turtles and birds. The longest migration of the Antarctic tern involves a travel from North Pole to South Pole and back each year. Migrating bird follows established migratory route. Now, in other words, migration is the movement of animal from its own habitat to some other habitat for a particular time period every year due to climatic change or for breeding. Birds which fly very long distance to reach another land are called migratory bird, and very common example of migratory birds is Siberian crane. Now the question arises, why do birds migrate? Birds migrate from one place to another for the following reason: to escape from the inhostile climate, to enable themselves to find plenty of food throughout the year. For example, in winter when food sources are limited in the northern area, bird flies towards south where the weather is mild and the food is in plenty. The last is to lay their eggs in more hostile places because they move to the cold from a mild climatic places. Bird migration is the regular seasonal movement, often north and south, along a flyway between the breeding and wintering grounds, undertaken by many species of birds. Migration, which carries high cost in predation and mortality, including from hunting by humans, and is driven primarily by availability of food. Migration occur mainly in the northern hemisphere where birds are funneled onto specific route by natural barriers such as the Mediterranean Sea and or the Siberian Sea. Recycling of paper. What is the number one material in the solid waste stream? Before you say plastics, look around your school classroom. What do you see? Posters, notebooks, cardboard boxes, textbooks, bulletin board decorated with construction paper. You get the picture. Paper is everywhere. Paper is the number one material that we throw away. Paper making use a natural renewable resources, tree. Paper mills convert the wood of a tree except barks and root into pulp. The pulp is then bleached and rolled into paper. Paper can be recycled 5 to 7 times for use. Recycled paper is made from waste paper. Different kind of paper are recycled into the different type of new products. Not all varieties of paper can be recycled. Tissue, napkins, paper towels, candy papers, paper cup and plates and glossy paper cannot be recycled. During the last decade, the demand for recycling paper has increased appreciably. About 17 full grown trees are required to produce 1 ton of paper. Paper can be recycled about 5 to 7 times for use. We should save, reuse and recycle paper to save not only trees but also to save the energy, water, chemicals used to make papers. So it is my advice to all of you to save papers, because when we save paper it means we save trees, energy, water, chemicals that are used for making papers. Reforestation. Redevelopment of forest by planting more trees in place of the trees destroyed is called reforestation. If the reforested area is left undisturbed, it gets developed on its own in due course. Deforestation may take place naturally also. While replacing the destroyed trees, the trees of the some species should be planted. It is the restocking of destroyed forest by planting new trees. We should plant at least as many trees as we cut. We have already caused a lot of damage to our forest. If we have to regain our green wealth, reforestation is the only option. Now some important things that we already studied in this chapter. The species which are not likely to survive and are in danger of extinction are called endangered species. The species which are likely to become endangered species are called vulnerable species. The species which at present extinct in small numbers are called rare species. The endangered species, vulnerable species and rare species are collectively called threatened species. A self-sustaining functional unit of biosphere consists of living and biotic and non-living abiotic component is called an ecosystem. The book published by IUCN, presently WCU, providing all the information on the endangered species of plants and animals is called the Red Data Book. The seasonal movement of animals from one habitat to another is called migration. Redevelopment of forest by planting more trees in place of the tree destroyed is called reforestation. The large scale cutting of trees and clearing of forest is called deforestation. Deforestation has taken place due to increased demand of wood, timber or land and constructing factories, houses, road, dams, etc. due to lowering of water table. Deforestation would lead to lesser rainfall, increased air pollution and soil erosion, danger to wildlife, a rise in temperature, increased chance of natural calamities such as flood and droughts. Forests are important for us for fresh air, many useful materials for personal and industrial use. Forests should be conserved. Large scale cutting of tree, overgrazing in forest must be stopped. More trees must be planted. Then we conserve forest. I want every student plant one tree near their home or near their garden and anywhere, because after finishing of this chapter I think we have to plant more and more trees. I hope and think whatever I taught in this video everyone would understand. If there is a problem you may discuss within a class to clear yourself.